Hi, this is Micornus, Phokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are continuing with part 5 today, and we're wrapping it up here with the same topic that speaks about identifying toxic people from your life. And as a young man, you need to really embark on this as a program or as a project, that you identify toxic people in your life so that you can get rid of your toxic people around your life. And the reasons that we have embarked on over the week, you remember that we have spoken about this type of people, toxic people. They destroy your self-image. These are the type of people that may destroy your life because you end up not having confidence in yourself, and everything that you do, you look at yourself and say, I don't think I'm fit to do this. These are toxic people, because toxic people are actually delays of progress. They are hindrances of your progress in life. And your vision becomes dim when you hang around with people that are toxic in your life. Because there's nothing that looks bright before you when you hang around with people that are toxic. Now, people that are toxic, they actually disturb your progress. They disturb your confidence. They disturb your dreams and your visions. They disturb everything that you plan to do, and the best version of yourself will forever remain a pipe dream as long as you hang around with people that are toxic in your life. Now, how do you identify toxic people? You must actually identify toxic people in your life because it's very important that you identify them. Without identifying them, you'll never know how to deal with them. Now, toxic people are so many. And they are actually attracted to our lives because they are sent by the enemy to come and destroy our lives so that you cannot be successful in life. And majority of you as a young man, you realize that now some of you are in drugs. Some of you are in alcohol. Some of you are spending time in nightclubs and you do nothing progressive in your life. Some of you resign from work without any reason. Some of you behave in a way that you get fired every single job. And the reason is because you've developed so much bad character in you because of toxic people around you. So I want you as a young man in advance to be aware that there's people that we call toxic people. And this type of people need to be identified earlier on so that you can be able to chuck them around or chuck them outside your life. And never entertain them in your life because they are not going to help you to really succeed in life. Now, some of the toxic people, they reflect or they come by violating what we call your boundaries. You'll see them by violating your boundaries. Now, remember that in life, there are some boundaries that are formed by your interests. There are boundaries that are formed by your desires. Some boundaries are formed by the social structure that you are in, your family structure. And also your own beliefs may actually formulate what we call boundaries. In other words, there are people of certain kind of belief that would cross over this boundary and fellowship with me. There are people of certain moral standards that would cross this boundary and come and fellowship with me, or come to become friends with me. There are people of different focus that will actually be associated with the boundaries that I have. And I want you to be aware of that as a young man. Because therefore, it's not everyone who's allowed within your boundary. And people that are sound and not toxic in life, they will not cross a boundary without your permission. It doesn't matter how close the people are. It doesn't matter how close you are with them. They are just those boundaries that they cannot cross. And sound people that are not toxic, they will not cross those boundaries because they would know that I'm not allowed beyond here until I'm actually given permission to go. Now, wrong people or toxic people, they don't ask for permission if they are to actually invade your space. If they are to invade your boundaries, if they are to break your boundaries, they don't even apologize about it. They don't even request for permission. They'll do it anyway. So that's how you're going to identify toxic people, by forever being able to cross lines that you've drawn. They're able to come into spaces where you don't want them to come. They're forever invading in talks that you don't want them to be involved about. There are those personal matters that are for you and your family, for instance. that no friend should actually invade in that. No friend can actually find themselves talking about that because it is between you and your family. There are those spaces that are so confidential in nature that when you have created those boundaries through confidentiality, it must be known that even the closest friend should not cross over there. Because it will only be toxic friends that will cross within what we call confidential boundaries. And I want to emphasize this. When you are having people, therefore, that are crossing those boundaries all the time, you must know these are toxic people. These are people that don't regard you highly, because everyone who regards you highly, they will honor you, they'll respect you. And they'll respect your space. They'll respect your likes and dislikes. They'll respect also your beliefs. And those things that you don't like and desire, they'll actually respect that as well. They'll respect your no and your yes. And they will know exactly what to say at any given time. I'm saying this because there are people that forever crosses over your boundaries, but yet you don't know how to deal with them. Those are toxic people, by the way, and I want you as a young man to be aware of those, so that those type of people, you confront them, make them aware of spaces where they are allowed and where they are not allowed. By the way, as a young man, don't be afraid of being confrontational. Don't be afraid of saying your mind. Don't be afraid to say no where it is supposed to be no, and yes only where it's supposed to be yes. Don't be afraid to confront and challenge your friends in some spaces and boundaries that you don't need them. Tell them, be free to tell them, and don't be afraid at all. This is very key and very important. And I'm emphasizing this because there are times when you develop the fear of being afraid actually to say things that you want to say in your mind. Things that you want to tell your friends not to do around you or with you. And therefore, you are afraid to do that. And this is exactly what we're talking about, that when you allow them to cross your boundaries, these are the toxic people anyway. So please deal with that as it is immediately, because that's the only way you're going to be free in your mind. Very, very important that we emphasize that. And this type of toxic people must be dealt with. Now, the last toxic group that I wanted to look at and identify it is those that keep judging you. You know, people that judge you about what you do, and everything that you do, they judge you. And remember that judgment, when people, friends judge you, they condemn you. You feel worthless at some stage. You feel like you're not adequate. You feel like you're not worth it, and so on. Because people are judging you in everything that you do. And I want to add to this that any good person in your life will never be judgmental about you. Because we know in life that people make mistakes, and there's no angel in life. We are all fallible. We are all making mistakes. But I want to tell you now that there are those friends that will actually condemn you of the mistakes that you've done as if that is the end of the world. They will actually make you feel like you are the biggest sinner in this world. They will always make you feel like there's nothing else you can do, but you are destroyed for good. These are the type of people that put a cul-de-sac upon your life. These are the type of people that make you feel it's the end of the road and you cannot revive your life and become better. And I want to tell you now that this type of people, normally they say it because they don't want to see you progress. They want to put a wall before you so that you don't see more than this wall. You don't see ahead of this wall. You don't see actually over this wall. You are actually seeing yourself as only limited here because of the jealousy sometimes that they have. And they don't want you to progress. And therefore they will judge you at all times to drop you down. And I want to emphasize this, that as a young man, you need to identify those type of toxic people and make sure that you shut the door before them. You don't actually associate with them. You don't actually become part of their lives because they're not going to help you. This type of people, they are having what we call pull him down syndrome. Their aim is to pull you down so that you cannot progress in life. You cannot become a somebody in life. Now, I want to urge you as a young man, be careful of such people because such people are not going to walk you through any progress at all. People that are judging you are people that don't want to see you successful. People that are judging you are the people that want to see you flat on your face, discouraged. They want to see flat on your face, actually giving up in life. They don't want to see you starting any progress or any project going forward. These are the type of people that are sapping off your energy. They're sapping off your courage, and they don't want to see you standing up and raising your head. They want you flat on the ground because they don't want you successful. And that is why they judge you with every move that you do. They judge you with your mistakes, and they keep on reminding you of the wrongs that you've done yesterday. And I want to urge you, if you are in the midst of people that see wrong in everything that you do, that actually judge you by the wrongs that you do at any given time, please be careful of these people. They are definitely people that are toxic in your life. These are the people that you don't need in your life. And therefore, deal with them, cut off your relationship with them, and walk away free and become a free bird that decides on its own. And I want to end up here today. Your host, Micornus, Phokane. Thank you very much for listening to us and being part of this great topic. This was part 5, of course, and we wrap it up here. Remember to follow us on our Facebook page, Micornus, Phokane, and the other Facebook page, Young Men Empowerment Forum. So please like those pages. Make sure that you follow us there. And also remember our YouTube channel, please. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure that you're part of it and you learn out of these topics that we deal with in these platforms. You will, as a young man, be empowered. We want to see you there at the top. We want to see you as a better person. And that is why we try to empower you with these topics. Please don't miss it. Join us as we deal with another topic going forward in another day. May the good Lord bless you. Allow me to check out right here and say cheers for now.